Hey all, Justin at the top of this episode. Just wanted to come up here and let you know that Monday, February 20th is the last day that you can fill out our survey. It's really going to help us figure out where we want to take the Flying Bison podcast next. So if you haven't filled it out already, really highly recommend you do that. It would really help us out a lot. And for those of you that do fill it out, we are giving a 15% off discount coupon at our store. So please feel free to fill out that survey and let us know your thoughts on the show. Thanks. Bye.
Air, water, earth, fire. For hundreds of years, the four nations have lived in harmony. The Avatar, master of all four elements, has always been responsible for maintaining the peace. But Avatar Roku passed away 13 years ago, and now the four nations look to the air nomads to reveal the next Avatar. But the world is met with silence. 5 young heroes stopped a secret Fire Nation invasion on their way to deliver the news of the air nomad genocide to Ba Sing Se. Now the world knows of the loss of the air nomads, and both the water tribes and the Earth Kingdom prepare for all-out war. But as harmony is dissolved, our young heroes need to address the agitated spirits and bring peace back to the world. Reunited and it feels so good. Reunited and we're back, everybody. It's all 6 of us again. Ooh, man, I missed all of you. Danny, you're not dying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds like maybe you are emotionally. But...
Well, I'm always emotionally dying, you know.
It's just a state I live in.
I work in a kitchen, Justin.
It's true. You're right. I apologize. And more importantly, absolutely more importantly, Monroe's back.
Yay!
Yay, Monroe. I'm so sorry to hear about your office.
Okay, it happened.
That's no fun. It is. Life sometimes just says, you know what? I don't want you to record a podcast with your friends.
It's okay. Like, the neighbors got the worst of it, so.
Sorry for them too.
Yeah, do we like the neighbors, Ro, or do we not like the neighbors?
Are they good neighbors?
I mean, even if I didn't like them, that doesn't mean that they deserve.
That's true. That was the right answer.
Wow.
That was a
so
test.
humble.
And
Monroe's the biggest person here.
For sure.
I think that's established like a year ago.
I declared it a test to try and look not like such a terrible person. But
No, I'll own that. I'm
I
off.
failed the test. I failed. I was like, yes, forget the neighbors.
Tito Steve,
Oh,
do you have any
no.
words for our listeners?
I'm so honored. Yeah, I hope Rio calls me that sometime in the future. That would be the true honor.
that'll be what really
we can
counts.
see. Yes, it's true. Because I am definitely not old enough to be Justin's Tito.
Steve, would you start breaking down in front of Rio?
Rio's really confused. Yes, so we are running a survey, and for those who haven't already filled it out, we will put the link in the show notes. We really want to hear from you all. All fans, you don't have to be a patron. All fans, all listeners of our show, we want to know what you love about the show. There's some spaces to put what you think about the future. So this is your chance to weigh in on that. Some cool stuff upcoming. Even to weigh in on a game we might play in addition to Avatar Legends in the future. So super exciting. We'd love to hear from you if we haven't yet. And for those who have filled it out already, thank you so much for letting us know what you think. It takes about 4 minutes. And we also reward you with a little coupon code. So enjoy that coupon code, 15% off anything in the merch store if you finish the survey. So thank you so much. Link in the show notes.
Wonderful. Well, this is a long time coming. I've been wanting to do growth and advancement for 3 episodes now at this point. And after the aforementioned Danny dying and Monroe not being in her office has prevented that from happening. So finally, we've got a moment to do growth and advancement. It's been too long.
Amazing.
Amazing. I am gonna start with Ren.
It's a terrible idea.
Well, actually, we'll ask the general questions first.
Okay.
And then I'll start with Ren. So first up, this is going to be everything from the Enclave to the end of the Spirit Library. Okay? So good chunk of time. You're probably going to answer yes to most of these questions. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a feeling most of you are going to answer
I
yes
think
to
all
that.
of us.
Yep.
Do you want us to give specifics or just roll?
I'm fine with yes. If there's ever in doubt, I can think of at least 3 challenging, exciting, complicated things you've learned about the world as a group. So,
yeah.
Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? I think yes. I can think of at least 2.
I think Che helping the spirit of knowledge was a huge deal for the universe.
Yeah. You all took part in that. I would say that's all a group victory in and of itself.
The biggest
and
community.
On top of that, I would say Ren solving Osa's madness. That's a dangerous threat. It created a dangerous threat, but it solved one too.
I just kind of pushed it down the road a little bit.
And Liko and Osa and Ren also stopped the Grease Tiger monkeys from sabotaging the race.
Yeah.
So that's also a dangerous threat and a community problem, probably.
Nice.
Well, we also saved that. I destroyed it. Never mind. Take it back.
Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at balance yourself? At center.
Yes.
Okay. Renso.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I'm no longer at I've been shifted twice ever since I used my moment of balance.
As a note, as we get into the play specific questions, I am no longer marking your growth and advancement for you.
You think you could do it?
Monroe, I will do it for you because you do not have access to Foundry right now. But for the rest of you, if you do not mark your growth and advancement, you will not get growth and advancement. So the answer yes, mark that box. Ren, did you improve the lives of a community of average citizens or help an ordinary person with their problems?
We helped Hin and Melor, and I think that's pretty satisfactory for that.
I absolutely think that. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. That's a pretty mundane problem, honestly. The death race was not mundane, but...
The death race was so mundane.
All right. I grant you that, yes. Let's move over to Rozak. Now, before I ask your question, Rozak, I'm going to ask you to roll Protector's Burden.
Justin,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to. I deny that.
You're not the boss of me, Justin.
I deny your truth.
Well, then tell me, why can't you roll Protector's Burden?
Because my playbook doesn't have Protector's Burden.
Yeah. So all this time, everyone was wondering who your new ward was going to be.
Yeah,
you no longer have a ward.
There was all that pressure. Everyone's like, "Who's going to be Rozak's new ward?" And I panicked, and instead I switched playbooks.
A new playbook. Oh, that's funny.
No.
Can we make a no ward award?
A no ward award.
Yeah.
Danny, walk me through this. First, I want you to walk me through Rozak's decision that led him to make this playbook change, especially as it relates to your conversations with Che and Sanfen and now Zhao. And then tell us what that new playbook is and let us know a little bit about what its feature is.
Yeah, so I think Rozak, especially after having gone to Bossing Say and learning all the information he did there, and then talking to Che afterwards during the death race, really just kind of embedded into Rozak this thought of I need to start kind of focusing on my own goals a little more than I have been. And while he still loves Che, he's trying to kind of let him go a little bit, like, go on, little buddy.
Gotta let him
Be
go.
your own man. Gotta let him go. Go on, get. I don't want you anymore.
I don't love you anymore.
I don't love you anymore. No,
Let's say that time.
just white fanging him. No, yeah. So, he chose the Foundling, or I chose the Foundling.
Yeah.
As Rozek's new playbook, which is kind of the whole thing behind the Foundling is they're kind of this character that's torn between two heritages. Rozek's being Earth Kingdom culture, and his Fire Nation influence. And
I love that a lot,
that'll be
especially with what you've been doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be, you've been really interested in, like, who is Ikoro, where is he? And I think that really leads into the Foundling a lot.
Yeah. That leads me to a question, though.
Yeah, please, ask your question.
Given that for, like, the first bulk of this quote-unquote session, these, like,
I was just about to get into that. I'm going to ask you the Guardian playbook question. Yep.
Excellent, yeah.
Yep. Which is, the last time you'll answer this question is, did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others?
So in the library, definitely.
Teeny.
Yeah.
There's a whole, like, arc of you just leaving the group and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was...
It's pretty much what this whole time was just Danny answering that question affirmatively.
Yeah.
Or Rozek answering that question.
So can I double yes?
You can
So much
have
growth.
one yes. You can have one yes.
Man, well, I still grow. I
Do you
age
have a
up.
capitalized, italicized, bolded? Yes, but
Yes.
just one.
I got 4 yeses, so Rozek is now 19.
Okay, perfect.
That's how it
Good,
works,
good,
right?
good.
Every 4 yeses, you grow up an age, up a year.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And you lose a luck point.
All right.
No,
Getting
wait,
rid of them.
that's Tales from the Loop. You thought that we had just one playbook change. We do not.
Oh,
We like to
you
do
were wrong.
things crazy here. Nick, what is
Hey.
Che now?
Oh.
Well, he's a guy. He's just
Okay.
a little dude.
Yeah.
A ball of trauma with a superiority complex. Oh, you meant like the playbook? Yeah, he's a
I
low.
did,
He's
What is
he
she
is-
now?
he is the adamant now. He is the adamant,
Yeah.
which means he now has a lodestar. This lodestar has a lot of power over him in terms of like influence, and if they speak to him, he essentially has to listen. Should I reveal my lodestar now?
Please, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, his lodestar is Rozek.
Such a good
Which is
choice.
funny because you were like, Rozek's trying to let Che go, and Che's like, no, I need your input for, for like who I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that is his lodestar. I don't know if there are any other big changes to explain.
No, we can get into like the moves and stuff. I don't really care about that. That can come up when it comes up.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that. So I love the dynamic now of like Rozek stepping away and Che like trying to lean into the relationship. It's so good. I
Che,
will also
I hope
ask
you
you.
I hope you took my
I will-
favorite move in the entirety of Avatar Legends. Just that's all.
He did. He did.
Okay.
Of course I did.
He did. And he promised me he will not abuse it. And we will see if that is true or not. Nick, I will also ask you the successor playbook question one last time.
Mhm.
Did you learn something meaningful or important about your lineage, its members, or its effect on the world and others?
I learned that Rozek is a royalty. That does that count?
This is loose lineage.
It's not my lineage. I
Yeah,
guess.
I would say no for that. At least for
That's
now. Maybe we'll find out Koro does have some connection to Project Spark. But
At least for
For
now,
now.
Che now.
at least for now, Che now. Let's move to Liko. Liko, you got a couple things you got to do. Did you accomplish a feat worthy of your burden and tradition?
I think when she saved the guys with Osa, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think, you also weren't a part of it, but you definitely were there to help restore the library, which searching for hidden histories and artifacts, guarding nature from threats and destruction, and safekeeping records and relics. It literally fits all three of those. So I definitely think you've got a yes for that, even though you weren't there. So let that be a lesson. You can just pop out for a few episodes. I'll play Liko, and I'll get you your growth and advancement. And
oh my god. It's probably...
and then at the end of the session, answer these. Did you uphold a responsibility?
At the end of this session?
I think yes, you did. We just, as of right now, did you uphold a responsibility? Which we just said, yes, you kept records and relics. So we're going to shift your balance toward roll, and we can clear a condition from you, which is great because Liko has 4 out of 5 conditions marked.
Yeah,
it's very close to being taken out. I'm going to unmark insecure.
Okay.
I'm going to unmark insecure. I think saving those records and being confronted with some of the things that she maybe tells herself about herself, you kind of got over some of that insecurity. But then did you break a prohibition, which is never express great emotion, never start a fight, never withhold forgiveness?
I want to say yes, because I think she showed great emotion with Che. Even though it wasn't like, it wasn't bad emotions, it was still like emotions are emotions.
Yeah. No, totally. Emotions are emotion. That is very interesting because never express great emotion is already underlined, which means now that you have broken it, we cross it out. Never expressing great emotion is no longer a prohibition for Liko, which is kind of interesting.
You can show emotion now.
You can show emotion.
She's letting the love in.
I'm going to go ahead and strike that out.
Let love win, Liko.
Let love in, Liko. And last, the destined himself, Osa. Did you spend meaningful time with someone else focused on their concerns and troubles?
I'm going to say yes.
What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah. I think one particular episode kind of doubled up on that, where we went looking for the Touch of Winter Sky, which Osa could not have cared less about himself, and then set up the date for Che and Liko.
Absolutely. Yes. Did anyone get an advancement? Did anyone mark for growth and get an advancement?
I did.
I also did.
Wow. Okay. I will tell you, Monroe, if you did or not. You did not.
It's okay.
Did not. That's okay.
Justin's cheating.
I'm not cheating.
He's purposely handicapping Liko.
That's right. He got me my growth and advancement, so you can't get it all.
I got you some growth. I can't get it all. What did you pick for your advancements?
I am raising a stat. I'm moving my harmony up to +1.
Fun.
I have a few important rolls that rely on harmony, and it was a 0, so I think it was time to hopefully do better on those rolls.
We're sticking with the -1, baby. Let's go.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Che, Rosic, did Ren get one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's time to unlock another moment of balance.
Oh man.
Ooh.
What? Why don't you read the Adamant's moment of balance?
Absolutely. You've held true to the core of conviction, even while getting your hands dirty to do what you deemed necessary. But balance means appreciating that other people are just as complex as you are, not merely obstacles or pawns. Tell the GM how you solve an intractable problem or calm a terrible conflict by relating to dangerous people on a human level.
I love the Adamant playbook for Che. Fits him so well.
It's, yeah.
Like you just read that and you're like, that is everything
That's
Che has
Che.
struggled with up until this point.
That's his whole character arc. What the heck?
Almost like he should have switched playbooks sooner.
Yeah, we
Come
talked
on.
about that.
Nick.
Rosic, Ren. Did you get anything?
So last growth and advancement, I had unlocked the Guardians moment of balance, and then I switched playbooks and lost it, because when you switch playbooks, you lose your moment of balance. So I just unlocked my moment of balance again for the foundling this time.
What is that?
So the foundling's moment of balance reads: you have always struggled to find unity between the heck. Sorry, that's not a part of it. Something just happened here.
This is what I'm here for. It's those moments.
It reads, you have always struggled to find unity between your two halves while trying to honor their traditions. But true balance is about knowing that everything is a part of a greater whole. One heritage cannot exist without the other, especially within you. Tell the GM how your new understanding lets you use both your trainings to accomplish an incredible feat or vanquish an enemy that seems unstoppable.
Love it. Love it. Can't wait to see how Rosic pulls that out. Ren, what did you take?
Well, I just recently used my moment of balance, and I'd like one back. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Wow.
keep that in my
alright.
pocket.
Three moment of balances. Man. Ren, I
moments
have
of
you're really close to marking everything pretty much, right?
Yes.
Pretty close. Okay. All right.
Feeling very mature over here.
Yeah. Ren is growing into themselves.
Question though, if we all use
Please.
our moment of balance simultaneously and like do a dance and put our fingers in the middle,
We
And
win
not
like
does
just
the
Peter.
whole world get set right?
I mean, I think
Yes.
at that point you summon Voltron and
Well, you just made a
What are you
fun
gonna do
reference
now,
with your
Eiron?
fingers to the fusion dance in Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
really made me happy.
Vision.
all right. We've done growth and advancement. It is time to jump into the session. We've got a couple fun things planned, I think.
We're playing a game today.
We're playing a game today. It's called Avatar Legends, the tabletop role-playing game. Look it up.
If you've gotten this far. Welcome to episode 70. Look up the game we're playing.
Two weeks ago now, because last week we played Sexy Battle Lizards. 2 weeks ago, Rosic had left the group to investigate Wan Shi Tong's library by himself on the hunt for more information about his father. And while he found a book on Fire Nation royalty, he found himself face to face with the spirit of knowledge itself. Meanwhile, the rest of the group continued to find the heart of the library in order to purge the corruption, only to be confronted with the ghosts of their family and friends, revealing some of the things that our heroes may even believe about themselves. Thanks to some quick thinking by Che, the library was restored, and to show their thanks, Wan Shi Tong allowed each person to ask a question, as well as to show them what Eiron was after. A binding ritual with a list of ingredients that could be used on a day with a giant meteor shower. All of you, besides Liko, have asked your question. It is now time to jump back into it. You've just seen now this astronomical table, I don't know what you call it, star chart that has this meteor shower. And the day is, we'll say it's a year away.
Look
Can we
exactly
pick up right
a year
there
from
in that
today.
room?
Yeah.
Well, we've got time.
How does it still feel like it's not enough?
Because we have no idea where he is, or really why he's doing this, or what he's doing it for, or what he's doing it to, or
I know why.
you do?
Yeah. I tried to talk to you about this. Yeah, he just thinks that the leaders in the world are corrupt, that the White Lotus is corrupt, and that it's time to change things.
Do you think the White Lotus is corrupt?
I don't know that they're corrupt, but I know that they've failed. We've seen them fail over and over again.
Definitely can make an argument for ineffectual. I don't know about corrupt. I mean,
I think his argument is that if they weren't corrupt, they would do something more about their own ineffectiveness. And the fact that they're willing to maintain the status quo in spite of the fact that they haven't accomplished the things they claim to be setting out to accomplish means that they're corrupt.
Is he planning to get rid of them?
Yeah.
why does he need some binding ritual for that? He's got corrupted spirit gods at his command, apparently. Why can't he just take them out?
I don't think that he's as in charge as he thinks he is in that particular situation. But I don't really understand what the binding ritual is for either.
Oh, so does Eiron have followers?
I know of at least
or is
one.
he doing this alone?
I mean, we've met some, I feel like, haven't we? I remember you guys talking about that guy that tried to... When Liko lost her arm, there was that guy that you met. Wasn't he working with Eiron? My old friend Ketsune is too.
Yeah. Well, the first guy is not walking around anymore, but...
I mean, it's hard to tell for me if Eiron is just pulling strings, paying people to do things, or if he's trying to spread his vision of this different world.
I think he's doing whatever he has to.
I mean, he doesn't make bad points, if I'm being honest.
No, I mean, I agreed with everything that you just said.
Every time I've talked to him, I've been a little closer to siding with him.
Well, let's not
Personal
do
feelings
that.
aside, I don't love the things that he's done to us. I'm not happy about what he's tried to do to Liko. It doesn't change the fact that I agree with everything I've heard him say.
But does he want to destroy the White Lotus? I mean, they've failed. I agree. But can't they live in this new world that Eiron is building?
That's not a question I've asked him, man. So I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense to me. And I would need to know that before I feel good about, well, before we know if we should tell Pengole what's coming. What do you all think? Do we warn the White Lotus?
Personally, I think the White Lotus has given us time and resources to tell them what he's doing. I think we should at least do that. Doesn't mean we have to stay with them, help them beyond that.
Yeah. Parts of this are starting to feel hauntingly familiar. We all like to think that we have, the vision and the sense to evaluate everything that we're getting to the fullest extent that those things exist. But I remember a lot of people really liking everything that Now Zhao had to say. He was really good at saying the things that they wanted to hear.
And the Fire Lord. I mean, the Fire Lord has grand plans for a new world, enjoying all of the benefits of their rule.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure I'm interested in what anyone is selling now.
Yeah. I mean, if he's telling the truth, Eiron is interested in a world where the people who are ruled hold the power to decide how they're ruled, instead of just being pushed around by every whim of every dictator who decides it's time for them to take power. And if that's true, it's a world I'm interested in.
I just don't know. I feel like Eiron's almost trying to play the role of the Avatar. And I just feel like that's not how the Avatar would do it.
The Avatar's gone.
And because of that, I don't think that it should fall into the hands of one man to take up the plate. I think we all have a responsibility. And I don't know, I just, given what we've seen from Eiron in the past, I can never bring myself to trust that guy.
I also feel like change shouldn't be brought on, great change at least, shouldn't be brought on by a man who's willing to do anything to see it happen. Change has to come with understanding and compromise. It needs to be accepted for it to be fully enacted. A man like Naozao, potentially a man like Eiron, can't do that.
I don't know about you all, but I don't feel great about the coup that we made happen.
Really?
Not
I thought that was great.
always. I think something needed to happen, but maybe something slower and something that, I don't know. This just sounds like that, but with more at stake. But I guess we don't know.
I mean, maybe it was messy, but like somebody who cared was, put in a position where they can help the people that they care about.
But, I mean, I feel like it's the same thing. Just because we don't agree with everything he's done, or even everything he's said, doesn't mean that Eiron doesn't care.
So, what, do you think it's a matter of talking to him, sitting him down, having a heart-to-heart, saying, hey, you can keep doing what you're doing, just stop corrupting spirits?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I look at it as, I think Eiron's in the same position, if we're being really brutally honest, that we've been in a lot of times, where we are, you're either for him or you're against him, but he has to do what he has to do. And he's going to do what he needs to do to make sure that in his mind, he takes care of the people he cares about. And those are the people who aren't in power. I think 9 times out of 10, our goals align with Eiron's, honestly.
Then why would he have killed Liko's parents? Sorry.
This is a question I can't answer.
I think I can.
What do you think it is?
We've been in these situations before. And you said we've been in this position of power before. And we haven't, killed people in the crossfire because it was convenient for us. We've taken life when we had to. We absolutely had to.
Yeah.
But that's not the same.
I mean, as far as we know, Liko's parents were actively trying to stop him. And they were on the side of the White Lotus. And if we think that the White Lotus is in the wrong, doesn't that mean that Liko's parents were in the wrong? And I'm not saying that they should have died. But I think when you take a step back, when you step out of the intimacy that we have with the situation, I don't know that I can fully say that Eiron was completely wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that I'm saying that either. I'm saying that whether or not he's right or wrong doesn't matter. He did things that are punishable.
So if we...
No. If you really want to do what Eiron is setting out to do, then we'll do it. It'll be the next thing that we do.
We will?
Well, and we can discuss it more. I'm just saying. He has committed crimes. Crimes not even just against us, against the people you're claiming that he is trying to go out there to protect. And against us. Primarily against Liko.
I think he's committed crimes against the entirety of the 4 nations.
Right. My point is, he's got to pay.
I don't disagree with you. There's a group of people who claim that what they do maybe could have stopped everything that happened to my people. And he's the only person who seems willing to do anything about the fact that they failed.
I don't know, Osa. You don't really sound... This doesn't sound right. And neither do you, Che. Like, to be honest, it's just because someone needs to pay, like, you know, I don't know if I agree with that either. I think what matters right now, regardless of what he's done in the past, regardless if you can relate to him or not, what is his goal right now? Is it to hurt people?
It's a new world, where power is taken away from whoever has it right now. But it sounds like there's no way to get there without hurting a lot of people.
Because that's what you do when you want power.
Yeah. And I will say, to your point, Liko, and even to your point, Che, even if I agree with the why of what he's doing, the things that he's doing, and the in particular, the spirits that he's working with, I think are going to cause more harm than good.
And
so even if I agree with Eiron, I will never stand by Kavo.
Yeah. It's common ground. That's pretty good.
I think it helps to just know where some of the lines are. I need that. I don't know about you guys, but for me, they've moved a lot.
I'm pretty much right where they started for me, but if you want to talk about that,
And so what is the plan? Where are you guys headed next? What are you going to do next?
also, I think you're right. I think we should warn the White Lotus about what's going on. I think they've helped us enough that I think we owe it to them. And I think after we do that, we figure out what's next, one step at a time. Because if there's anything I've learned about us, is that every time we're on the way to do something, something else pops up. So I'm assuming that when we get there, something else is going to pop up and we're going to get distracted from the original objective. Because that's how it works with her.
Yeah.
Wiser words were never spoken.
Do you guys mind going without me? I'll catch up to you. I'll find you. I need to go and do something. It's nothing dangerous, I promise.
If it's nothing dangerous, can I come anyway?
I don't think so, Ren.
Okay.
If it's...
I think it would be good for the both of you, if it's any consolation.
Osa has, you notice he's like actively avoiding eye contact with Ren.
That farm is sounding pretty nice right now.
At some point you will turn and you see Rose like just sitting in front of the knowledge seeker, just sort of like petting it, just kind of playing with it, like petting behind its ears. We're like, just saying, guys, I have this. He reaches into his bag. I have this scroll here, and I feel like if we're trying to take down this powerful guy, it'd be pretty easy if I knew what was on this scroll. He keeps petting the knowledge seeker.
Oh, you could just go to the source of the matter.
The Fire Nation.
No, sorry. So you know, Liko already brought up we get caught up in things. I kind of wanted to go find that dragon.
I know, Nick, which dragon are you talking about?
There was a dragon that we freed from that.
So the one that
arena,
I originally tried to find for you, but you were like, "No, thanks, not right now." That one, the red one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the red one. Yeah.
Well, now we have a year, so
we have some time, and Che is thinking he's gonna need some input, and also that dragon was straight up like, "Come find me when you're ready." So
and he'd probably be in like a volcanic region.
That is the hope.
Where do you know?
Also, a dragon would know basically everything about firebending, so I feel like he could just help you figure out that move.
Mm.
I mean, original firebenders kind of supersedes a bunch of royal.
Yeah, I think that's
Royals.
a good idea. Isn't that a good idea, little knowledge seeker? He keeps petting him. Can I keep this one?
And at this point, Wan Shi Tong is like, have you found everything you need?
Wan Shi Tong's like a hardcore introvert. Like, please leave.
He peeks in the corner.
It's taken all of my energy just to talk to you.
Wan Shi Tong, I take back my original question. Can I just have this knowledge seeker?
No, you cannot.
That's fine. Never mind. That's
Yeah, we
Young
were just
Airbender.
leaving.
Good.
Ren gives a hug to Osa, even if it's not received. Do you
Yeah,
reciprocate?
you get like a half-hearted hug back.
a side hug.
Ren whispers, so this is one of those things you have to do.
Yeah, I have to go see my parents.
Do you know how long?
No.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
So, Liko and Ryan, you're coming with us? We're all going.
Yeah, where is this dragon?
The north, I think is what he said. Or the direction he flew off in from Ba Sing Se.
Now, Meta, just help me with maps. Are we heading towards the Fire Nation?
No, I
From
think
where
if
you're
we're
at
not-
now? No.
Mhm.
Okay.
The
to
Siwang
where we're
Desert
at.
is south
Wait.
of Ba Sing Se. Almost
Mhm.
directly south of Ba Sing Se.
Southwest. Oh, really? I thought
Oh, yeah.
southwest.
Yep, it's just like right there. You can see it. Got a cool
So we're
clock
looking
map
at
up
that
now.
northern patch of mountains northwest of Ba Sing Se, that one?
That would be where, Jay would
Uh,
want to start.
Justin,
Start.
Okay.
doesn't Liko
Yes.
know where he is? I remember, right?
I believe yes. Yeah, I had texted you that Liko had found out where he came from, or at least a
Okay.
potential lead. Yes, I don't
I
know if you
tried.
ever
Whoa.
No, I
revealed
tried
it.
to as a
in
surprise,
person, yeah.
but he was like shutting me down. So I was like, okay, fine.
He's like, no,
Oh,
I don't want to hear
no.
about that. So then maybe this is a moment as Che is like asking about where to go. Maybe this
Yeah.
is when Liko steps in.
Okay, I just wanted to because it was so far back ago.
Yeah.
Nico pulls out her phone and starts scrolling through her texts.
It is
He's right here.
Natachi Island.
Jay, I remember trying to find this dragon for you, and I think I know where he could be. So yeah, I'm coming with you.
Really? Awesome. I thought we were going to spend a lot of time just trying to find him. This is
I
great.
mean, that could still possibly happen because he can move, but I think I have a potential lead, and I think that's better
True.
than just flying north.
Yeah, checking literally all of the mountains north of Ba Sing Se
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be feasible.
Yeah.
Osa, how are you gonna? You okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right. Do you guys mind if I take Chad?
I'm hoping you'll take Chad. how
Yes.
Your only
how are
option
you going
is
It's
to,
okay.
to get back to us on foot?
I would. Yeah, that was my plan.
Oh.
If I couldn't take Chad,
I guess it is a whole year. I mean,
Of course you'll take Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you
you guys know I can
Yeah.
raise you.
That was my next question. We're going to be looking for something. How are we supposed to tell you where we are?
I'll check in periodically.
Okay.
Cool.
Man, that is so useful.
So useful.
A young airbender, you said you had one last question.
Yeah. I don't know if there even be books on this. I've never heard of it happening before. But do you have any books for someone who's lost their bending? Any scrolls? Anything like that?
Any example of it ever happening before?
Well, you don't have all the. So I died and I came back. Because
Whoa! What?
You just made the spirit of knowledge do a double take.
Well,
Wait.
The spirit of rebirth, Huashu. I think that you're related. But I saved him once.
Yes.
And so when I died, he brought me back. I have a different body, but it's still me. And when I came back, I couldn't airbend anymore. And so I want to find a way to start airbending again, because not being able to airbend has been really difficult.
You got all that right.
Wow, that's a lot.
Sorry.
Hey, your brother's
gonna
up to
have-
some stuff.
To give me I haven't sensed my brother in quite some time.
Yeah, I think he's in trouble, which is another reason I want to get my bending back.
If it is to save Huashu, I will give you what I can. We will find the books together. You, young waterbender, everyone has asked their question except for you.
Justin, what are we talking about?
The Spirit of Knowledge, as a thank you for saving his library and removing the corruption, allowed each of you to ask him a question.
I didn't get to ask mine. That's what you said, right? And is there a
Correct.
specific direction where this question's supposed to go?
Nope.
Yeah, that's literally
I've
making
left
the
it anything. It is literally the personification of
Okay.
knowledge itself. So
How many licks
If
does
there's-
it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Ironically, he looks like an owl, so it's perfect.
52. It is exactly 52
Mhm.
licks.
I feel like
You'd
it's
think
more
it'd be
than that.
more, but it's not.
My question. I have so many, and now I have to choose one. I guess it would have to be.
What if you somehow combine them all into one question?
I'm pretty sure there's a rule against that. Like, you cannot ask for more questions. Something like, okay. Was I the reason my parents died?
And outside of the anger that Rozak you saw Wan Shitong exhibit when he was corrupted, he has been he's a very emotionless and neutral spirit. Knowledge isn't good or bad, it's just knowledge.
Mhm.
And it almost looks like there is a brief passing of sadness on this giant owl face.
Hmm.
I have only followed some of Eiron's doings as of late. I know some of his history, some of the atrocities he has committed. Yes, I'm sorry, young waterbender. Eiron has need of you. Your parents would not cooperate with him, and so they stood in his way.
And obviously, Liko is, since she's broken that prohibition, she's physically showing like she is having a hard time keeping it together. And there's tears starting to cloud her eyes, and she takes a deep breath and she says, "Thank you."
Some knowledge hurts more than others. I'm sorry. All right, now it's time for you all to get out. Please don't come back here again.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Juan. And Rozak tries to walk away, and you see that the knowledge seeker is kind of like stuffed in his shirt as he's trying to like.
It's like your shirt's going like.
Yeah. It's okay. No, I'll love you forever.
You're going to have to leave that here.
He takes it out.
While that's happening, I'm gonna take Ren to the side for like a real quick exchange.
Okay.
So because I just wanted, it's not really a talk. I just wanted to something really quick. So I take him off to the side, tap his shoulder, and I nod to talk a little bit away from the group.
Okay.
Does Ren follow? Okay.
I'm with you.
So you're really just gonna let Osa go by himself?
I think I've told Osa everything I can. And I don't think there's any stopping him or changing his mind. I don't like it.
Yeah, I just, he keeps getting weaker every time, he uses his, I guess you can call it ability. And I don't know if it...
You mean the
Yeah.
black flesh?
And also just, I don't know. All I'm saying is that I feel like if it was Che, I don't think he would have a choice. I would go with him. But he's not Che and you're not me.
Yeah. I thought about it. But to be honest, I don't think Osa's doing much of what he wants either. He's just doing what he has to do. And if I go and something goes wrong, I'm worried he might do something with his ability again to protect me. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just, maybe it just feels good to think that. I don't know.
Okay. So I just kind of pat him on the shoulder because I don't want to make it seem like we're talking about something really emotional or anything like that. I mean, it's slightly awkward. It's like, okay, tap, tap, tap. Yeah.
Turn back and we're like, everything's
And
fine.
Good joke, Liko.
You turn back and you notice Rozak is sitting in front of the knowledge seeker and there's tears welling up in his eyes and he goes, "Oh, it's all right. I'll come back. All right. I still love you."
I was gonna say, well that was happening. Osa I was gonna pull Che aside anyway. But really briefly, and just say, hey, can you just keep an eye on Ren, okay? Keep him safe.
You could do that.
Che.
Che.
That's Liko's guy.
Yeah.
That's what she likes.
I really can't. I have to go. My sister died, and it was my fault. I need to go apologize to my parents. They don't even know that I died. And so...
I thought, okay, wait a second. I'm sorry. I thought air nomads didn't have families. You have a sister and parents?
Well, my mom's not an airbender, and my dad left to be with her. I mean, when we were young, they gave us to the temples, but we still knew them. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess you got to go talk to your parents. Give them an update and whatnot.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask me to look after Ren, by the way. Ren is my best friend. Sorry. Gonna look after him.
Yeah. But just don't let him make any bad choices. Okay?
I can't do that, but I can say that I will alleviate the consequences of those bad choices when those come up.
Okay. And Osa just like quickly like pulls you into a hug.
No, hug him. Hug him back. Good luck, buddy.
You too. I'll be in touch.
And as he's walking away, Jay will like, Alyssa, I know,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about what you just talked about, but I'm sure it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
Guiding comfort.
And he's frozen, but it's a very good guiding comfort.
Oh no! I thought he was just really contemplating that.
That's what I thought too.
It's like,
Oh, there he is now.
Yes.
oh, here he is. He's back. Sorry.
Shay, please guide and comfort.
Apparently
That is a.
your downfall according to the closet.
Wait, which one do I guide comfort with, please?
Is it
Harmony.
Harmony. Oh my.
6.
You've been so bad at that lately.
Yeah.
Always bad at it. I have -1 harmony.
Best counselor ever. Chain out launcher.
Best cancel ever. I mean, I think it's probably just, even as he says this, so you just see the same ghostly visage of Kino that you just saw, an hour or so ago in the bottom of the library. And I'd like for you to mark troubled. He's gone.
That sounded
Very troubled.
Little Mark trouble.
He's gone.
R.I.P. Johnny Button. We turn back and we just see Rozak like hugging the knowledge seeker, and it's like trying to squirm out of Rozak's arms.
Rose, like, you gotta let it go. You gotta.
I gotta let you go, man. Go on, go and get me. Let's go. I don't want to see you anymore.
Scrambles out, doesn't look back, just runs away.
And he turns with just tears running out of his face right towards Wanji-Tong and looks him in the eyes.
You'll
What's
be okay,
wrong
Rozak.
with this one?
There's some knowledge hurts more than.
I like this one.
Wait, really?
No, not this crying one. You.
Oh,
That was clever.
oh, thank you. That's all I got, really. I will go and pick up Rosic. Sorry. Johnny, I failed you. You got marked troubled.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just messaged you in the chat if you can see it.
Okay. I am so sorry, you guys. Apparently, being in the closet is not great for Wi-Fi.
We're coming out the closet, man.
Yeah, there's good Wi-Fi at the Pride Parade.
Well,
That's my-
usually in the
that's my-
bars along
It's
the
my
way.
favorite joke at work. I'll be like, I don't like it out here. I'm going back in the closet.
Boo.
Good. Yes. Where were we? We were all leaving.
Basically,
Please.
yeah.
Get out. Get out of my library, please. I just drew a bath.
Goodbye, spirit.
The confusion on Che's face is it's
It has to
palpable.
be such a big bath.
It's gonna be ginormous.
Jay, I want to see this bath.
No.
It's just an actual bird bath, just a giant saucer sitting on a pedestal somewhere.
He's cut to watching dog just splashing in it, like
He's
flapping his wings.
wriggling his head at lightning speed. Feels like there's an earthquake in the library. That's actually why he wants us to go, because it's really embarrassing for him.
All right, so we go.
Yeah, I guess we're just
You
going.
all leave. Get back on. Well, the four of you get on Rue. Osa gets on Chad.
The twins are still there, right?
The twins have been waiting outside, and they're like, is everything okay? You were down there for some time.
Yeah. Enough time to copy these lava bending scrolls
Wow. Okay.
and also purify the spirit of knowledge.
Sorry for making you wait.
Kind of buried the
We had
lead
whole
with-
character
with
arcs
that
down
one
there, man. You really
Yeah, we rolled
Missed
growth and
out.
advancement and everything.
I don't know what that means.
he says things, just ignore him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna head we're heading north.
Okay.
I don't know where Osa is heading.
Uh,
Osa, do you know where you're heading?
North.
Nice and vague. All right.
The exact same direction you just gave for yourself. I mean,
Okay, well then we'll just fly side by side until we have to.
I know we're gonna slowly part. In
we
the
say
air.
bye, but we're
We say
just
bye,
next
and
to
then
each
we
other.
It's like that scene in Fast and Furious. CGI.
We had to do that.
Paul Walker.
No.
Paul Walker.
No, we're not bringing that up.
No.
Moving on.
No. I'm assuming you drop Mellor and Hin back off at the Enclave.
No, they gotta walk.
No, they're fine.
All right. See ya. Thanks for.
Wait, don't they have their
They
sand?
have the sailor. They have a sailor. Right?
They flew out here with you.
We
I
brought
thought we
Rue,
followed
but we
them.
had them on the
Yeah,
sand
they were on a
sailor,
sailor.
So that,
I thought we followed them on the sailor, didn't we?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if that was
Yeah, we were
explicit,
doing,
but
like,
okay. All right.
Shifts
All
in
right.
the air and
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Okay. They
Just
go
balance
their
it
way.
out.
I remember it
You all go
specifically
your
because I
way.
didn't understand why a sand sailor was coming.
I also don't understand why the Sand Sailor's coming, but now
so
it makes sense.
the flying creatures don't have too much of a load in the hot desert, and also
Limit
people
it.
can get time at high altitudes where it's cooler.
Mm.
Also, they get another
Always
chance
the
to.
tactical one, Shay.
They have another chance to use their decked out new sand sailor that Shay provided for them to get
That's
back
true.
to the Enclave.
Of which
true.
most of the things that I added cannot be utilized by
Yeah.
them.
Without us, it just flies. It just goes like a normal sand sailor.
Probably
I-
slower. It's unnecessarily heavy without you guys.
I will not be making you roll the Traverse the Desert move just because there's not really an interesting thing. Let's just get you to where you're going. I think the four of you are going back to the White Lotus headquarters in Ba Sing Se. Is that right?
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, first just to drop off.
Let's follow that. Let's follow that. We'll get to Osa at some point. You fly up to the mountain where the White Lotus headquarters is. You like fly into the cave. And the first people that greet you are Zai-san and Ryoshin. And I should say this, maybe you were taking in so much information that you missed this. Ren, both of them are wearing a white ribbon around their sleeves.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I was totally not in the right headspace last time.
And Zai-san approaches you first. Oh, wow. Welcome back. You've been gone for a really long time. We were kind of worried about you. I think she spoke with a British accent.
Yes.
Should have listened to
Yes.
welcome back. You've been gone quite a long time. Is everything? We're kind of worried about you. Is everything all right?
It's okay. It was worth the time that it took. We learned some really important things.
Yeah, I know Pengole is quite interested in hearing what you've learned. Where's the other one?
Osa?
And the leopard eagle. That was not yours. Just to be clear, that was on loan.
We know. Oso will be back with the Leopard Eagle. We just don't know how long his last task will take.
Okay, right. The White Lotus always takes back to what's theirs, so just be careful.
Yeah, that's kind of a heavy motto.
It's not like an official motto for the White Lotus. It's just sort of an unspoken rule.
Very
Wow.
possessive for her group.
You will
and
take
to
what is
wanna help
ours.
everyone.
And Ryoshan's like, Sai-san, please. That is way too aggressive. Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I always lead with the wrong foot. I guess it's part of being a Fire Nation royalty.
Right.
Well, Pangole?
Yeah, unless you guys wanted a sneak preview.
Well, if you're coming on to me, just know we're not playing for the same team.
What? I was talking about the
Zai-san,
You're all gonna
you
die.
really need to
That's
learn
all I
how
was
to
just
read
gonna
the
say.
room.
Oh, God. Wow.
We're leaving.
I
We're
don't
just
wanna
we're
say it
gonna
twice.
go.
So much to learn. Sorry.
Let's just go tell Pangole, and
we'll
if
come
he's
with
okay
you.
with you being there, you can come.
Right, got it. We'll follow you. And as they're leading, I thought Zai-san's just got her head in her hands, and Ryoshan's like, you've got to just like think for a moment before you speak. I love you, Zai-san. You're way too aggressive. Just like stop for
No
a moment.
tact.
I
No
know.
tact.
I'm sorry. I'll get there. I'll learn. I promise. And they lead you to where Pangole is. Pangole is sitting in that giant like theater arena with all the like seats around the middle, and he's sitting in the middle just meditating. Pangole, what? Who's there? He gets out of his meditation, it's like stumbles up, looks at you. Oh, you're back.
Ren brings out dumplings. Definitely worth stopping after a long journey to grab some and bring them out.
Oh. What do we got here?
These are your own dumplings, so they're just
I don't want
your
these.
dumplings.
He's not offering them to you. He's eating
They're
them.
mostly for everyone else after a long journey.
Oh, all right. Well, then eat away. Although it is rude to eat in front of other people.
Rose
If you're not
looks him in
going
the
to-
eyes and takes a huge bite out of a dumpling.
If I wasn't ready to side with Eiron before,
Now this guy's going down. No. So yeah, anyways, we were tracking Eiron across the world, which takes time, and he went to the Northern Water Tribe. We looked for him there. He was not there. Got attacked by Ko's freaking kids again, which was great.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to, first off, and again?
Yep.
That's why his
the
face is
stealing.
different.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
it looked different.
I didn't even notice. Your face is different.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Ko, the face stealer, he did his thing. It didn't have a face, right? Then my friends went and got a special mask that the Mother of Faces said what she could use to give me a new face.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, they fought other even freakier spirits while they were gone. I'm not even going to get into that. That's like it's a probably a dark memory. So we're just going to move on.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, so that happened. Then we realized that he was heading towards Wan Chi Tong's library, which is very hard to find. So we needed the help of the sandbenders, but the only sandbenders who were willing to help us only offered their help on the stipulation that we helped them win the sandbenders annual race.
A death race.
It was a death race. We did win, which was pretty cool.
You won the death race?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Continue.
And then they, the twins that we helped, led us to Wan Shitang's library, which was corrupted by Eiron and the influence of the spirit. I want to say,
Kavo.
Kavo. That's what it was. The spirit of corruption. Irony. And
Irony.
had to get to the heart of the library to clear that corruption. Did it. He was marginally grateful. Feel like he could have been a bit more grateful, but was generally unwelcoming. Anyways, got some help, got some knowledge, learned what Eiron was there for. He found some sort of sealing ritual that binding ritual. Not sure exactly what it's for, but it can be done only on, or will be done on a night with many shooting stars. Yeah,
Like comets or whatever.
yeah, flying through the sky.
Like a meteor shower.
All right. First, respect. And he puts like a fist bump out to Rozak. That was a good pun. Proud of that. That was...
Oh. There's like with a handful of dumplings, fist bumps him.
Second off, I feel like I'm going to need a moment to process all that information. There's a lot just happened in these 45 seconds you've explained where you've been for the last few weeks.
Yeah, this is kind of normal for us, so I understand.
And then his face gets serious. Binding ritual.
We know the ingredients that are required. Know nothing about what it binds, how, or what he plans on using it for.
So, more leads, but also more dead ends.
Right.
Perhaps we could use some of the information the White Lotus has. Maybe they have something that can explain what's happening.
Aren't you?
Yeah,
the
Yeah, you're
White
probably going
Lotus?
to want to figure.
Yes, I meant we will have to research.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys should look into that. I'm pretty sure the binding ritual has something to do with you. Not sure how that would work, but
Well, in the meantime, your job stands. Continue to track down Eiron. Seems as he's after these items, these ingredients. And perhaps either finding the ingredients or hunting for them yourself. Come across him himself. Him himself.
anyways, he
Him
already
himself.
has one. He got these special flowers from the Northern Water Tribe Sanctuary. Spirit Sanctuary?
Do you have the list? Let me...
Does someone have the list?
Rozak looks up. Justin, do you have the list?
Yes, I gave you the list. It is also
Rozak looks
clear.
up, as in like
As
looks
well.
up at the sky and says, "Justin, do you have the list?"
Looks up at the ceiling because we are in their underground complex.
Yeah.
Ceiling. Nick,
I know that there was
when you
a
said
blood
sealing
key.
ritual. When you said sealing ritual, I looked up like
You should see the ingredient list now.
So he's already got the Northern Water Tribe water lily, frozen in spirit waters, probably.
mm-mm.
Don't know how he did that. Ashes of a dragon who died in ritualistic combat. Well, he can find that anywhere.
I really hope he's not targeting the dragon that we're also targeting.
That would be great. That would be awesome. Because then we could just fight with the dragon and put that dude in his place.
Yeah.
Bottle of wind from the highest point in the world. What is the highest point in the world?
He might have already gotten that because didn't he? Well, no, I guess it was Kitsune who was at the Southern Air Temple.
But Ketsune could have collected. I mean,
Could have
those
collected it
mountains
for
are
him.
pretty high, right?
Yeah,
Air temples are built up in high
Yeah.
places.
I think it's one of the air temples, definitely.
It makes sense. Could look at our books, figure out which one it is.
A stone buried since the time of the ancestors. Couldn't you just dig deep enough and then find that?
Unless it's a specific stone.
What if it's the heart? Then were we talking about it being maybe the heart of Winter Sky?
That wasn't buried, right? Because
well, it wasn't the Enclave.
Depends on how you define buried, right? Yeah, because the Enclave is underground.
Mm-hmm. And it is gone. We don't know who took it. Oh no.
And then a blood key was the last
that
thing.
Sounds real bad.
Yeah,
that sounds like
great.
the worst of all.
Anytime a blood key is mentioned, Rozak just like moves his eyes and looks at Liko with like wide eyes.
Jade does the opposite. He looks like away from Liko, like he's not trying to.
It's like trying to.
Ren just spins around a full 360.
Well, it's going to take some time to figure out what exactly these things reference, if it's specific or general. But the good news is that if this is all that Eiron has too, then he probably has to research as well. So, we've got time. And you said that this meteor shower, rock shower, happens it's not for a year, yes?
I didn't say that, but that is true. That is correct.
I mean, I didn't know that. I was just guessing.
It's a good guess. It was solid.
Yes, man.
It's like, when is the next meteor shower? It's probably not for another 9 months is too quick. It's gotta be 12 months.
He's really smart.
This is why
My hips are throbbing. 12 months.
12 months. If it was throbbing on the left side, it would be 9, but it's on the right side and it's just under the thigh. So yeah, about 12 months, give or take.
Man, feel it in my bones. Whole new depth.
This dude feels the universe in his bones. He feels the cosmos. Oh man.
All right, well, we'll do research, you'll do research, and Eiron will do research. We're all researching.
Right, we're gonna research in the north for a bit.
Okay.
There's a lead on some dragons that we're gonna check out, make sure that they're doing okay.
Sounds dragon. Well, that's not okay. All right. Doesn't seem real, but okay.
Dragons are real.
No,
What?
I meant they're like all dead and hiding.
No, not all of them.
Oh yeah, there was that one.
All of them. We also, there's one with us.
Well,
It's like a rarer form of dragon, but
that's
like
not really a dragon. That's just a dragon otter.
She's
Otter
a
dragon.
dragon.
Well,
No.
okay, all right. Believe what you want.
He's just, okay, Boomer. We
right,
should
dude.
go.
Lisa, what's it?
We're gonna go.
Like, you're the biggest, baddest dragon.
And Pangole grabs his left elbow and he's like,
Oh. Kiki's making hot chocolate again. I have to go.
and he bolts out.
That
You're
guy is
only half.
insane.
You're not really a dragon.
He runs off, and Shay turns to Zyson and is just like, "That's your leader."
I mean, yes, I know. He's mad, but most brilliant men are mad. Most brilliant people are at least somewhat mad.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't think that's a good thing.
It's, you take what you get, I guess.
He is really smart.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
But also a little racist, but that's fine.
Well, he grew up in a different time, so it's not an excuse, I know, but
we should go.
We're gonna go. As we're walking away, Shay will pull up next to Rozak and be like, "Hey," I was like, "Do you want to tell the royal lady that you're royalty, or no?
Oh, I guess. Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Wait, can I be there?
Zai-san! And he
I
goes.
want to be there too.
Yeah, we just follow him. We
Okay.
just don't.
We're like doesn't even notice you guys follow
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we're just right behind him.
Gotta love the respect for Rozik's boundaries. Yeah. You do this on your own. You're right here.
Hey,
We all just give him thumbs up.
hey,
Yes.
Zai-san.
Yes, have you been practicing any of the things I taught you last time?
Honestly, I completely forgot everything you taught me.
Great.
But that,
Good
but
way to
that
start this
aside,
conversation.
but that aside, does the name Akoro ring any bells?
Yes. Where did you come across that name?
I have reason to believe that he's definitely my biological father.
How did you come across that information? I mean, that would mean that you are part of the Fire Nation royalty?
Yeah. So, my mother,
Okay.
had a little flang with Mr. Akoro, but then he turned, bad. He wasn't the greatest guy. So then after she had me, she had another little flang with Nao Zhao, also not a great guy. My mom, terrible taste in men. Well, let's not talk about that. And so, yeah.
That is interesting. Well, then it would seem that you and I have a lot in common, then.
Wait,
Your
are
mom
we
also
related?
had flangs?
No, my mother was unfortunately very
Flingless.
flingless and enamored with
Fully chaste.
fully chaste to the Fire Nation and the Fire Lord. So unfortunately, no. But no, I just meant that we're displaced royalty from the Fire Nation.
Well,
Maybe we
I
should
would-
get you emplaced.
yes, I would rather be displaced at the place where Akoro's at. So if you have any idea where he might be,
Well, unfortunately,
I think
The
you guys just
last-
mean placed.
yes.
Just to
They
be
did.
placed somewhere.
Yes, I was going to ignore it. I've learned that sometimes when you're talking to those with less education, you just sort of let them say their piece and
nah, I'm
move on.
plenty educated.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
No, it's true. He actually graduated from the Earth Kingdom Academy early.
Mhm.
I'm not lying.
How?
Nao Zhao was very proud of it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's funny. I graduated, but I definitely thought I dropped out. Those 3 years went by really, really fast.
I have so many questions, but I'm going to put those aside for the moment and say I do not know where Akoro is. The last I heard, he had left the Fire Nation, was somewhere in the Earth Kingdom, and that is the last anyone heard of him.
That's good to know because I was ready to burn down the entirety of the Fire Nation in search of him.
I would recommend not doing that. One,
All right.
you would be burning down a place filled with firebenders, so kind of
All right. So
pointless there.
instead,
B, you would die very quickly.
unless I won't die very quickly.
That
Did
is
you
how
just
opposites
count
work.
from
Yes.
1 to B?
That is what happened.
Can confirm.
Didn't I tell
I'm
you guys to
feeling
go
bad
ahead?
about both my personal lineage and my heritage now. This is great.
I said sometimes, in order to speak to those with less education, you have to dumb things down a little bit. I wasn't sure if he knew how to count, so I switched
He's
to
not
numbers.
enumerate.
Just he graduated
I'm
early.
just illiterate.
Doesn't make
Oh.
sense what he did.
Oh, thank you, Zai-san. That's actually
I
really useful information. I thought he'd be in the Fire Nation.
He might be. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. The last
Did he
anyone
lie?
heard of him, he was in the Earth Kingdom. No, I didn't. I just said I don't know where he is. The last I heard of him, he was in the Earth Kingdom.
And we could have already kind of knew that because we knew he had been to Geno at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
All right. Well, thanks, Zai-san. Is it okay if I call you sister?
Please, absolutely do not call me that.
All right. Have a great day, sister.
You'd be like
Let's go.
second cousins, wouldn't you?
Cousin.
Fine. Goodbye, brother.
No, cousin. It's cousin now.
Cousin, sorry.
Chase, right?
Goodbye, cousin.
All right. Bye, cousin. I love you. All right. And then Rozak walks away.
Liko leans into Ren and is like, that was really, really weird.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have come for that.
Yeah. Rozak walks towards the group and goes, "Didn't I tell you guys to go ahead?"
Yeah, we just didn't.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's what you said. I thought you needed a friend instead of a
to
head.
go
Oh.
ahead
Yeah, okay. So
with
All right,
you.
all right, yeah. That makes sense. Let's.
Well, if you guys need anything else, go grab it, I guess. I'm gonna just make sure I ask Pengole one more question.
You want to be alone for that?
It doesn't really matter. And Ren turns and heads for wherever the chocolate making person is.
it's just in that mess hall. that they were at
Kiki's
before.
making hot chocolate in the mess hall.
Yeah, Kiki's. It's just in the mess hall, and you walk in. There's a bunch of people. Oh, actually, there isn't because it hasn't been announced to the greater White Lotus. It's just
was insider
somehow
information.
He knows, and it's just Pengole, and he's sitting cross-legged on top of one of the tables, just sipping a mug of hot cocoa.
Crazy man.
So I just had a question, Pengole.
What?
Why are you always... No, wait, that's not my question. I'll just keep it to one question. How do you know that your son is a force for evil in the world? And that you are not?
And he puts the mug down.
Ren picks the mug up and sips it. Oh, this is really good.
Right? She's great at the hot cocoa. Sorry. To answer that question, I think I promised you to tell you what happened, right? You left. Before I could.
I
That's
don't
it.
know, a lot's been happening.
I did. I told you I'd tell you what happened. I owe you that much.
Yeah,
Who else is there? Is it just Ren?
Yeah,
Unless
Shay
otherwise
would have gone to
specified.
go get supplies.
Sounds good.
Liko followed Ren but waited like outside.
Yeah, and Rozak
Nice.
felt slightly hurt that they all respected Ren's boundaries, so Rozak followed Liko.
That's what I was going for.
Love it.
Eiron was a part of the White Lotus, just like you, well, not like you. You decided not to join, right?
Yeah,
We didn't give you a badge. Okay, all right, just checking.
no badge.
All right, good. Eiron was a part of the White Lotus, and so was my wife, Pihi. And I was young and brash and in charge of a chapter of the White Lotus. Not quite a grandmaster, but still given quite a lot of responsibility. And there was a mission that we needed to go on. The rumors out of the Fire Nation were that the Fire Lord was taking out the clans, consolidating power, and it would have brought unendless peace, or unendless chaos to the world.
And endless?
No, sorry, endless chaos. Yep, endless. Sometimes I get those mixed up.
On
Is
endless
there
and
finite?
endless.
Is there finite? Is it infinite? Opposites are hard.
Okay.
Well, I got the general information, and I messed up. I sent my wife on the mission prematurely, despite Eiron's very vocal dissent to. I didn't prepare her for what she was walking into. She never came back.
Does
Our
Eiron
family
blame
never
you?
came back either.
Hmm.
Eiron, maybe rightfully, probably rightfully, blames me for what happened to his mom, my partner in life. And so he left. And then we started getting rumors that there was someone who was searching for that lion turtle egg. And I don't know how I knew, but I knew it was Eiron, and I knew that we had been committed to protecting it, not allowing it to fall into anyone's hands for fear of what they could do. I lost my wife that day, but I also lost my son. And I'll never get him back. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. But until then, I just want justice.
I guess I was wrong. I do have another question. And I
Please.
don't mean for it to be an insult, Elder, because it's a question for me as much as for you. How many times do we fail before we decide to just get out of the way? The lion turtle is in your son's hands. The Fire Nation has marched, taken towns, cities. The Avatar is gone.
Come, sit up on the table with me.
Okay. Ren begrudgingly shifts over and gets up.
I like to imagine the table so small that like their knees are touching.
Ren, I am an old man now. And I have just shared with you one of countless failures. Counted failures? Countless failures. Countless failures.
That's the one.
It doesn't get lessened. You'll always make mistakes. It does get easier to deal with the consequences, and I like to think that as you get older, you slow down a bit. You stop making brash decisions just to save you from whatever trouble you're in. You start thinking about the consequences and what it could do. You start being more patient. But you will make mistakes, Ren. Many. And terrible ones. But if all of us just stopped, said, I give up, I truly believe the world would be a worse place. People have to stand up and And that means making mistakes sometimes.
Well, I don't know if that helps, but thank you. It was good cocoa.
Are you troubled, Ren?
I am.
I want you to unmark troubled.
You want me to unmark troubled?
Yeah.
You just did the thing that unmarked trouble.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You did the thing.
Yeah.
I just feel more troubled personally than before. I understand. I understand.
I have a hefty amount of confusion. So, Pangole lost his wife and named his hot cocoa maker after her?
Yeah.
He didn't name this person.
Did you mean to say Kiki again? Or
No,
is it
I said
Kiki?
Kiki.
Kiki.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote Kiki. But it was so close that it was like,
What is his wife's
who's
name?
making this cocoa?
Kiki.
So Kiki
That is so
makes.
confusing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, is the wife.
Kiki.
And Kiki is making the cocoa.
Look,
Okay.
it's just the name that stuck out to me in that name generator. All right.
Maybe
All
like
right.
a Pangole was like out saving a town and there's this child in like a hot cocoa shop and her parents were like gone. And he's like, "What's your name, child?" And she was like,
Stole a child?
And so he took her. And they caught
Anyways.
That
her.
is not what happened. That is not what
That's-
happened. Nope, he did not steal a child.
Okay.
As the rest of you settle down in this White
He
Lotus
was like,
base.
my other kid hates me, so time to roll the dice.
The rest of you settle down in the White Lotus headquarters, and we cut to Osa flying on Chad, north of Ba Sing Se. Osa, where are you headed?
Yeah, there is a little village called Pantao that is in between Ba Sing Se and the Northern Air Temple, and that's where my parents are.
Mm-hmm. You get into town, and let me ask you a question. There's sort of like a combination of cultures, right?
Mhm.
You've got probably some people that are familiar with Airbender culture, and then Earth Kingdom people. There is like a really specific funeral rite that has come about with that sort of combination. What does that look like?
So, the funeral rites in the Earth Kingdom involve giving people's bodies back to the Earth, and in the air nomad culture, it's giving them to the sky. And so, in this village, it looks like they create these like stone chimneys almost, basically where they cremate the dead, but it's like a stone chimney, so they place them like underground, and then the ashes float up out of the top. Why are you laughing?
Danny
I'm so
was
sorry.
being ridiculous.
I can't help it. I was trying to keep a straight face, but Steve and Danny, when you said give them to the sky, they're just like tossing them into the air, just like letting them fall down.
We're picturing like catapults.
I cannot see them, so
Holding shovels.
For some reason, I was picturing like
like-
people like flinging whole bodies off a mountain.
Just
Oh, they leave him on the
yeet them off of
mountaintops.
the air temple.
I'm so sorry.
jeez.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry as well. I was trying so hard to not laugh. It's like a chimney,
Essentially, yeah.
funeral pyre. Yeah. Okay. You see, as you pull in, you can decide whether to investigate this or not, but you see a group of people from the village standing around one of these pyres outside. They're all wearing black, or actually they're all wearing white. Right, Nick? Do you know? I think that's what they wear to funerals in China, right? It's not black. I know that.
Yes.
I think it's white. They're all wearing white as I stand around this pyre as this smoke is up in the air. People are crying.
Mhm.
But maybe this is something that happens and you don't think anything of it.
Yeah. I will land and walk over kind of to the edge of the funeral and kind of the first person I see, I'll just say, I'm so sorry. Who passed? Also, just for the record, I'm not worried about anybody recognizing me, even though I have spent time here, because I look completely different now.
Yeah, totally.
Just like way older.
Not only
Probably.
way older, I have a completely different body. I don't remember you guys didn't recognize me when we first reconnected either.
Gangly.
Oh, it is the saddest thing. A little girl in town, Tino, she was 4, passed just suddenly. No one's sure. She was the picture of health.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And the figure kind of turns back and comforts, like it looks like maybe the mom or the brother.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what else to do, so I'm gonna quietly make my way away and walk towards my parents' house.
And you knock on the door.
Well, so when I get there, does it seem like they're home? Does it seem like they're inside?
It does. Okay. Yeah, you can hear. Yep.
So before I knock on,
you actually hear 3 voices.
Okay. I am going to do something that is not just knocking on the door. Actually, I pull my I pull up my pack out and I rummage through it for a minute, and I pull out a box that I've been carrying for a while. And inside this box is several pages going over everything that's happened since I left the Northern Air Temple. It explains literally everything. And the flute that Kino gave me the last time we were together when she first got sick. And I place the box in front of the door and I knock on it and I jet.
Alyssa, you leave on Chad. And we follow you flying away from Pantau. And then the camera cuts back to the house. And the door opens. And it is your mom, Yin. And she has a smile on her face. You can hear laughter in the background. She looks around, confused. Looks down, sees the note and the flute. And her face has this sudden recognition on it. And she turns around and calls out, Kinu, someone gave you your flute back. And you hear movement walking towards the front door. And the camera goes black.
Oh, gee.
And we will see you next week.
Justin?
Yo, that's evil, man. What the heck?
Jeez.
I was like, Eiron's going to be in there. No, it's worse. Oh, man.
Fun stuff.
Fun.
That was good. We've got, it's going to be nothing but uphill from here on out, I think. I am very excited to see where the rest of this goes. And thanks for exploring the 4 nations with us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 See you.
The Flying Bison Podcast is an independent podcast. If you feel like directly supporting the show, please check out our Patreon. While the Flying Bison Podcast seeks to emulate the tone of Avatar: The Last Airbender, this is an improv tabletop role-playing game, and the actors may briefly depict scenes with more mature story elements. Avatar Legends is developed and produced by Magpie Games. The worlds of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: The Legend of Korra are property of Viacom CBS. Intro music is Dizu by Sendai, and outro music is Tokyo Funk by LATG Music. Logo and art by Cate and Matthew Mahnke. You can find more of their work at pomakin.com. Link in the show notes.